young man Charleston White out here talking crazy again. But since the culture has been under attack and people seem to truly be believing some of this shit that I guess is what is the new entertainment now. Like this dude Charleston White and the other three amigos that be sitting there looking all crazy, talking, having people laughing at them really because they look goofy as fuck talking about the culture and black people the way they do, which is really weird. And that the further we get into 2025, the more and just in time, the more we labeling and dividing things in the wrong way. You understand? In the wrong way. If we're gonna label and divide some things, let's be realistic about this shit nowadays. Anyway, let's listen to this fool real quick, and then I'm gonna pick his shit apart because
What about Steven Jackson, right? He's recently brought you up and he's been speaking on you. I don't know why he's been speaking on you. But
Steven's a
he's been speaking
wannabe,
on you.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, what?
He's a wannabe trying to be.
Oh, wannabe.
See, you got in the black community, you got men and you got males. You got males that's adult that don't know how to be men. You got men and males. Then you got OG. Then you got street. Then you got juvenile delinquents. Then you got the YNs. You got square. But then there's a group of that I like to refer to as has-been. Michael Jordan is a has-been. Tiger Woods, has-been. You know, once was great, has-been. He retired, you put his jersey up. Then you got a used to be. The used to be is the I don't like. He used to be something, and he's still trying to remind you of what he used to be, but he ain't that today. Used to be. Talk about when he used to have money. When we used to, but you can't do it today. So shut up. Then you got a wannabe. That's what Steven Jackson was. See, Steven Jackson is what I was when I was a little boy, a wannabe. I grew up in the suburbs. In third grade, I had my own room, my own phone line, and I had a bunk bed, and I had a Nerf tennis ball with the, you can shoot the basketball in your room, and I had an Atari to myself. That was considered rich back then. So I don't know what it's like to grow up in the project, but I watched it on TV when I went over my cousin in house in the ghetto on the weekend. I got to stay Friday, Saturday, come home late Sunday. I get to see all kinds of kids in my community don't get to see because their parents is unsupervising them. So I take these negative elements back to my suburban neighborhood, and I play with kids who hadn't saw this, and now I'm trying to hunt it because I done seen my big cousin getting his sucked. So now I'm trying to see, do they suck over here? So they don't suck over here, but I'm introducing it. So that's how kids learn. I'm hearing music. Hey, we want some. So I'm learning this here and stealing the tape and bringing it over here, and we listening to it after school. You see what I'm saying? So this is why white people didn't want their kids going to school with black kids. Hell no, don't let them niggas come across the railroad track. So I understand.
all right, let's get in from here, right? Okay, so first off, you can't take culture from somebody who says that they was a wannabe nigga in general. That is just some weird shit to say. That is anybody who has that outlook on life that can even utter them words it's fucking weird. Second, I'm gonna go across the main things that I felt like was really, really crazy. Because it's like people with new money in today's age, especially in the social media era, they tend to do a lot of things for shock value and stuff, but they have such a large following and stuff, and they continue the performance that seems to generate them the most revenue. And it seems like tearing down black culture is one of those things, and it's like, it's so weird because where do you think that like we've seen the videos of people's lifestyles, rich white folks, rich people in general, whatever, that they got some crazy wild shit going on. They kids is seeing and doing shit that they don't get to do in the hood. And then they have privileges and shit that keep them from ever having the law issues and stuff come out and all sorts of things like that. The fact that you and your family was in the hood on the weekends and they were happen to have you over there. First off, shame on your motherfucking parents for taking you over to another family member's house for the weekend that was unsupervised. And you gonna try and talk about them because then you took the shit that you decided to learn there and watching motherfuckers get their dick sucked, weirdo. And then you take that over there to the suburbs, like you said, and then I guess your ass was unsupervised, and so was the whoever you was trying to have suck your dick. So it's like that's the hypocrisy, and even in that whole statement is just dumb. It don't even. It's like, what the hell are we talking about, man? But there's people that's gonna be like, yeah, nah, man, yeah, that's what shit. This, yeah, that is exactly how, and yeah, and it's like, for the black people that are in the chat saying that shit, I understand that most definitely needs to be a change and stuff, but the overall stigmas and stuff just they are not there as much anymore. They truly aren't. We don't need to continue to perpetuate that. No matter what ghetto, every ghetto in every city, you know what I'm saying? There's some things that people deal with in different ways. There's a lot of situations that, of course, are not the best that lead and stem from the system of life in the ghetto. Just like when you're in the military, the system of life that you have in the military, it allows you to build and do different things, and the roots that branch off of that, and the extensions just continue to go in certain ways. When you are in the ghetto, you have fewer people that break out of that system of the drugs that are there and stuff like that, and different things that is just like I said, it comes with the system. It comes with the construction workers. And that's what I be saying. They be talking about black people, this, that, and the other, And it's like, y'all really be playing that game. Y'all play that game because the cheap drugs are the ones that you see people getting locked up with. And I say cheap drugs because we're talking about the coke, we're talking about weed in places, we're talking about very simple things like that, in the essence of, even when you're talking about not so simple like dope and shit like that, it's like you take the equivalent to these, right? And you have so many people that aren't black or whatever that are on pills and on different liquid pain drugs and all that shit. I'm not gonna go through no list or nothing or whatever, but people really need to stop doing this type of shit that he doing, because it's like, you have a weak mentality. And now that you got some money, you are a skin color that, like you said, that you don't even really identify as. That shit was entertainment for you. And that's a situation that you had, and then you go and find certain things. Like, no, like, you can't. You are a picker. You pick and choose. You pick and choose. That's why you're not wearing a suit and stuff anymore. Because you're not a real, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the Charleston White. Like, you gotta really be you. Right now, if this is you, then you're still a wannabe nigga. And you calling Steven Jackson a wannabe, which I'm not necessarily gonna grab a position on. But I feel like Steven Jackson is more him than you are you, for sure. Like, right now you're living, honestly, no, right now you're living your truth. You look like what I would picture in my mind as a wannabe nigga. This shot right here, if somebody said, what's a wannabe nigga look like? I'd be like, hold on real quick. And this is the picture that will come up. Charleston White, sitting like that.
Yeah. So it's a reason why your parents don't want you playing with certain kind of kid, because this kid is being exposed to some. I wasn't being exposed over here until I went to my aunties and my cousins in them houses. And I bring that over here because children are not supposed to see it, hear it, nor speak it. So,
come back and move forward with Purdue Global at purdueglobal.edu. If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 40.
I was a wannabe. So by the time the culture and by the time black entertainment and black culture started propagating it, homie, you gotta think. Nigga, I'm 8, 9 years old. Our mothers are blue collar workers. Our daddies are blue collar workers. Our uncles are hustlers.
Hold on.
8, 9 culture, the wannabe, to see it, hear it, nor speak it. So I was a wannabe. So by the time the culture and by the time black entertainment and black culture started propagating it, homie, you gotta think. Nigga, I'm 8, 9 years old. Our mothers are blue collar workers. Our daddies are blue collar workers. Our uncles are hustlers. And we all at home waiting for them to come off work with all our necessities and needs met. And we got MTV. We got a VCR. So you gotta remember, homie, when I'm born into the world, Superfly in the Mac is like Dr. King and Malcolm X in the black entertainment world. These movies are propagated and projected. So to hear her say, shut up, and she'll get slapped like a woman gets slapped in the movie, that ain't unusual.
Right.
Shut up. So, school, guess what we doing? Shut up. We remember that.
This nigga is so corny and bullshit. Like, yo, who the hell be believing this? Like, I think he needs to read. Charleston White, you need to redo your role, man. Come on, bro. You need to redo your role, man. The pimps out of all the movies, you talking about at a time where Bill Cosby was killing the movie game. Sidney Poitier was killing the movie game. What are you talking about right now? Like, that is so crazy. And that's what I be saying when I'm talking about how people try and portray things. You are trying to portray the most craziest shit in the world. Yes, those were big movies. Why? Because they were super elaborated fucking movies of pimps. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no, everybody was not walking around smacking they bitch. Like, what is you talking about? Do you, like, that shit sounds crazy as hell. There was pimps. That was a real thing at the time. Yeah, now there's OnlyFans and shit. And who's in control of that shit? Like, y'all motherfuckers be killing me with this shit. Like, and that's where the money coming from. They fund this shit. They really do. They funding this shit just so they can keep on with this. This is more than a charade. This shit is like, this is bad.
In elementary, I already backhanded in the mouth. So we learned this in elementary. We watching, you know, I watched the Mac, the movie, probably 50 times before I learned my math tables. Mm-hmm. I can recite that. And when Goldie said, I'm gonna have mother talking about me like they talking about Jesus, that was my line. And if I ain't got mother talking about me today like they talk about Jesus, I said, they're not a little bitty boy. I said, they're a little bitty boy. So now, so then your mother is trying to counter this. She's not bringing these kind of men through your house. So I'm not seeing these kind of men within my household. When I step out on the porch, my neighbor is a Mexican who got a mom and daddy that's married. That's my best friend, Brian Alaniz. So I can stay over Brian Alaniz's house. So I don't know racism. The next door to me is a DEA agent. They tell on me every time I try to sneak out the window. So I'm surrounded by morals and positive values. Only time I'm seeing this bull is on television and when we go to Aunt B them house, or when I go with my grandmama, because my grandmama on drugs. Homie, I didn't know what crack looked like until the DARE program came. And they bring the little vials and showed her what crack. I didn't know. And then, nigga, I saw that my grandmama was on crack. I didn't know what that like. I was shielded as a child, as most childs should be. The culture is one that took the veil off and exposed our children to the criminal elements of society. The white man didn't. You got to think, this made it to the NBA. What street
the hell?
Talk how he talk made it to the
What? Hey, he dumb as shit. That's just like saying right now that that we own the music companies and we get to decide what the mainstream music sound is and what type of narrative people hear for what they think is hip hop and stuff. This shit is a joke, people. No, black people did not own the motherfucking sitcoms. No. The motherfucking and that was a great ass show too. I used to watch the fucking reruns. They used to come on. What was that family and shit? Damn, with the boy JJ and shit, different strokes and shit. Yeah, nah, boy, the dad was married to a white woman. Yeah, no. We don't own these crazy shows and shit like that, and all the stuff that like we don't own none of these networks and stuff that was around back then. That's not how it was going at all. So it's like all that bullshit that he be saying is like it's really just those were the black exploitation eras, and to hear somebody talk of that side of things like that is really just dumb. It's really dumb. Like
NBA and fulfilled the NBA contract and retired after the NBA and don't have no prison time. So he was a wannabe that didn't get to be that's trying to be. He's the wannabe that didn't get to be that's trying to be.
Yo, we gotta do better in general just because see, they still look, that's a sign that that's what's still happening. That's what's still being fed through. Because we know and they know that we know where the money at. So what we gonna do? But yeah, I'm gonna pick that shit apart because that shit sounded crazy. Sounded crazy. You understand? Like, what the hell is going on? Why would you even highlight just the most extreme shit? That's just like motherfuckers was getting killed around then. That don't mean that everybody was in the mob. What is you talking about? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know how people can even believe that shit or find some of that shit entertaining. Some things he says and some approaches he takes on certain, matters. That's one thing. But this shit getting out of pocket, yo. But that's my take on it. I'm BTB Grilla, and this was a little quick episode of the BTB Grilla Show. And, once again, y'all stop letting, in the comments, stop just commenting the shit that you think that these motherfuckers is gonna like to hear and shit, just so you could get some likes on your comment and stuff. There's more reward in standing on the right shit. You not blind. They trying to change history. I was about to end the shit. Look, they trying to change history right in front of our fucking faces. The fact that these influencers and these people get so much spin talking about this nonsense in this way and getting people to see this point of view coming from a person of the same color and flat, like that is just, it's ridiculous. But there's always been people that will sell out and try to do, some crazy things for money, man. Money is definitely the root of all evil, and people are full of themselves. And once they get to certain places, honestly, like I said, from everything I've seen, I always thought that Charleston White definitely watched a bunch of Pimp movies as a kid. I said that when I seen him getting pulled over in that car or whatever. Like, he looked like a broke pimp then. And like I said, that's your upbringing. You feel me? I knew Pimp movies existed too. I'm 37, but it wasn't happening like that at all in my mind. Like, so it's all about, like, you didn't have no fucking common sense. And you still don't have no common sense. That's why you're able to do the things that you do. And now you just probably have a better team working in the background to help you facilitate all the extra pieces now, because it's like you don't have no common sense, bro. The shit, like, you could have took a whole different lane with this. Like, things definitely need to change in the black community. Things need to change in a lot of communities, but focusing on the black community, most definitely things need to change. The way that you're trying to make things worse again. You're trying to make it so the people look down on black people. You're not trying to make things better. If anything, you would make somebody pity a black person, and it's sad. Like, the fact that you sound like you were a weak man. A weak boy, a weak-minded person. That is what you sound like. You talked about how Boosie isn't. Could Boosie stand up to 2 life sentences? How would he be? Would he still be doing the right thing, bro? You not strong. You're not a strong-minded man. Like, you could just tell by how you speak about things and how the things in your life influenced you. But with that being said, just say you should be saying shit like that because you were just that influenced. You understand? And now that you getting your shine on, and hey, get your shine on, whatever. I don't give a fuck how a motherfucker eating this shit. It's all about how you using this. You just doing way too much, and I feel like anything that you doing on this side of things and on the scale that they allow you to do them on, it's bad for anybody and everybody. And it's just not real. So that's my 2 cents. Now I'm out this bitch. Fucking these motherfuckers. Wow, bro.